Hi everybody. Do you go off to work every day not knowing what you're going to eat? Do you think on the weekends, I have no idea what I'm going to make for the week? How am I supposed to find what I need to make? What am I going to eat for my dinners? Hi everybody, I am Michelle Mills. Today I'm going to help you learn how to meal prep for your weeks, when you have to eat on the eczema diet, whether you're on a very specific diet. I'm going to show you some of the hacks that I have to very easily and very quickly meal prep for your week. I'm actually going to a conference this weekend.
So obsessed with a girl that we were selling to, and I studied her so well that when we were doing surveys on Facebook.
And as most of you know, I am an entrepreneur. I work for myself during the week and I do work at home. Well, this conference is actually bringing me to an opportunity where I have to meal prep for a full day's work. So the conference runs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And so I'm using this as an opportunity for me to mimic a work week and figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna make breakfast, lunch, and dinner ahead of time so that I can prep for the weekend. And all you have to do is multiply everything that I'm doing for the rest of your week. So just kind of do 3 days extra of what I'm creating. And this is gonna really help anybody who is dealing with eczema, doesn't know what to make, is a client of mine personally, or anyone that's on a autoimmune type diet. This can definitely help you out, and just anybody that needs help meal prepping and coming up with ideas. So let's jump right in. I have all the ingredients waiting for me on the stove, and I'm just gonna teach you. I'm a very lazy person naturally, and so I want the quickest, easiest, healthiest way of meal prepping throughout my week. So make sure to watch all the way to the end of this video because I will be giving you so many tips all the way through. Let's jump right in. All right, so behind me I have all my ingredients, but I'm gonna walk through my logic behind what I'm doing, how to do this as efficiently and quickly as possible. So I have a can of chickpeas. These chickpeas need to be drained and rinsed. So I don't have a colander, which is something that you can use to rinse off any of the food that you need to drain things. So instead, what I'm gonna use is my steamer that has holes in it, just like a colander. Currently, I have some sweet potatoes just waiting for me in my steamer. So I'm gonna take those off, put those on a chopping board, chop those up, and in the meantime, I'm going to be making sure that my chickpeas are all cleaned off because currently they have aquafaba on them, which is chickpea juice. Alright everybody, I'm going to teach you a life hack. So, for dinner, I have a vision of me eating bow tie noodles, otherwise known as farfel. Say that 1,000 times. Farfel, farfel, farfel. I'm gonna eat some bow tie noodles, and I wanna make a really yummy sauce that is gut healing. So what I'm thinking of doing is, since I have a metal steamer, my metal steamer has a bottom and a top. We just use the top as a colander, but the bottom has to be filled with water so that it boils and steams the top. So what we're gonna do is fill this with about 2 cups of water and 1 cup of farfel noodles. And we're gonna cook the noodles while we're steaming our sweet potatoes, and at the same time we are going to be cooking our chickpeas. So it is a trifecta of us being efficient with our time. So let's go. Okay guys, this whole process is super easy. I went and laid down for 5 minutes until my chickpeas started making some noises. You can see that there's steam starting in here, the sweet potatoes back here, which means that this is starting to boil. I'm gonna actually have to turn down the back one because I don't want it to overflow through that middle crack. So what I'm gonna do now is, I actually don't cook with oil at all. I cook with water. And so I'm gonna have a little container of water near me just so these chickpeas aren't sticking and burning, and then I'm gonna start to season them. The number one tip that I have for you guys when meal prepping for eczema diets, autoimmune diets, any sort of very specific diet is I highly recommend ingredient prepping rather than meal prepping. And so instead of actually putting all the meals together right now, what I'm gonna do is just cook up all of these things, keep them in their own separate bowls, and when I come home for dinner both of those days, I can pick from those ingredients. What I am gonna do is put together meals for when I have to go take my lunch. You guys will see me decide which ingredients I'm gonna put together and pack for my lunch. And it may actually be 2 different types of lunches because I like variety in what I eat. And so one day it might be one type and then the other day might be another. I don't know yet. But for dinner, I'm just gonna have all the ingredients prepped, and so then you can decide when you come home for dinner which ingredients you're gonna put on your plate and create a whole meal. I find that a lot easier. I'm somebody that likes a lot of variety in my food, so I'm just gonna cook up a bunch of food, and whatever I feel like eating for dinner those days, I'm gonna eat. As far as lunch, I do want it to be a little bit more planned out. And I think I know what I'm gonna do. I also have a couple cans of salmon, and I have 2 cans of salmon, and I essentially have 4 meals that I have to eat throughout the weekend. And so with these 2 cans, this is sustainably wild caught salmon. And with these cans, I'm actually gonna split them in half and use a half per meal. So I'm gonna have half the can for lunch tomorrow, and then the other half at night tomorrow, and then the next day I'll have this other can. So that way I'm having some fish with both of my meals, both of the days, because this is the protein that I am using over the weekend. I wanted to point out something really important. If you see, it's actually bubbling, and you can see at the seam that it's bubbling. That means you want to lower this, and that's only because of the starch from the noodles is making it extra bubbly. So I'll show you. It's bubbling to the top. What we're gonna do is actually check the noodles. They've been in there for a minute. They're looking really, really good. I'm gonna see if they're done or not. I think they need another couple of minutes. And these sweet potatoes are getting done while the noodles are getting done, so we're not wasting any time whatsoever. It's getting time to season these chickpeas, so what I've selected to do for today is I wanted to use ginger, mustard, sea salt, and coconut aminos. Yay, these chickpeas are starting to look absolutely awesome. I put the coconut aminos on them just so they start to caramelize a little bit, so that they're a little bit sweet, but they're also savory from the mustard, ginger, and sea salt. So I'm actually gonna turn off the oven because, as you see, a lot of the liquid has drained, steamed off, and these will be done in a few short minutes. I keep checking on the sweet potato. Sweet potato is a little bit harder to get done, so even after these noodles come out, we'll probably have to keep the sweet potatoes on a little bit longer. I just divided my chickpeas up into the 2 lunches. So I'll show you right over here. They're just divided into my 2 lunches. This is my lunch for Saturday, lunch for Sunday, and now it's time to mess with these noodles because I realized I have been overcooking them a little bit because we're about to cook them in a sauce. Actually, no, we're not. All I have to do is drain the noodles, and then I'm gonna make the sauce and then add the noodles to the sauce so we're not overcooking those noodles. A really cool hack I have for you guys is we're actually gonna use some of this noodle water into our sauce to use kind of as a thickener because it already has a lot of starch from the noodle, and we get to just not waste a little less. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop some of this liquid into the pan. These sweet potatoes aren't taking as long as I thought. I filled up this pan with just about 1 inch of water. I'm gonna have it finish cooking these sweet potatoes, but they're almost done. That's gonna take just like 5 extra minutes while we're making this sauce anyway. So no time has been wasted here. So we have about 1.5 cups of the noodle water, and now we're going to add all the ingredients to make a really amazing sauce. So I have a jar of nutritional yeast. We're gonna put, I would say, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast in this pan. Then we have beef gelatin, and we're gonna use this beef gelatin to thicken up our sauce. It's gonna taste amazing throughout the week, so I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of this into the sauce. Not to mention the healing benefits of gelatin. It has a full range of amino acids which our bodies need to heal. Gonna give this a stir, and then we're gonna add in some tahini. Grabbed my tahini out of the fridge. I love this brand. Super awesome brand right here. And I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of tahini into this pan. Now I'm gonna add some of my favorite seasonings. I'm gonna add everything bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt, some black pepper, and definitely some garlic. I'm going to show you guys how to be even more efficient now. Don't even have to take any of the sauce off of this pan because this sauce is delicious. We're going to pour this water from the sweet potatoes into this pan, and we're just going to cook up a whole bunch of vegetables that I have in the freezer. Time to put the finishing touches on my lunch. So this bowl and this bowl are what I am taking to the conference with me and what you can take to work with you as a lunch. So now, taking the salmon, I'm putting half in this container and half in the other container, and then I have some sauerkraut over here, and we're just gonna put a little bit in this bowl as well. And I can actually eat this cold or heat it up. So if there's a microwave or not, I'll be fine. I actually grow green onion in my apartment, and so here's a bunch of green onion. I really want to add some green to these bowls. I feel like you guys think I make these magical, beautiful meals all the time, and the truth is, I usually just throw vegetables in a pan and eat it. So in this pan is green beans, beets, and riced cauliflower. All I've put in there is nutritional yeast and some cashew-based cheese, and it's just a bubbling brew. And when it's done, I'm gonna show you all the food that we meal prepped, and don't forget that we do have a whole nother can of salmon to eat another day. So, it's honestly as easy as that. I have been in the kitchen for max maybe an hour. I feel like everybody has an hour's time. I have plenty of food for at least me. This is gonna last me a lot longer than one single weekend, which is amazing. And I am actually making some cookie dough bars. They are delicious and amazing, and I'm gonna have that recipe up on Instagram later. My Instagram handle is Coach Michelle Mills, so be sure to look out for an IGTV for healthy cookie dough bars soon. So if you enjoyed videos like this, please give this video a big thumbs up. I love making food. Food is my life, and I hope this helped you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, comment yum down below. Thank you so much for watching that video. I'm now gonna go over all the different things that I offer and how I can help you further. So if you're looking for a support group, I do have a Facebook support group called Healthy Skin, Happy Living. It's an awesome community full of people all over the world. It's very diverse, and people go in and just ask each other, you know, I have this problem, is it normal, and am I okay? And so people will be like, yeah, I went through the same thing. So if you're looking for a little bit more specialized help, I do have a self-help guide. So if you're somebody that's like, I can do this myself, I know what I'm doing, all I need is a guide, then I do offer that on my website. Just go to coachmichellemills.com/self-help, or just go to coachmichellemills.com and explore the different options. If you need even more help than that, I do have coaching programs. It's for eczema specifically, inflammation-related disorders and diseases as well, and I help coach you through that. It is a very specialized coaching. There is a video on my website that goes in depth. So I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, I have a lot of stuff going on, and I can help you in such a large range of ways. And if you shoot me a message on Instagram, my handle currently is @MichelleMills_. It will be changing to Coach Michelle Mills very soon. Send me a direct message and I will add you to a support group messenger on Instagram. And everyone is amazing, still very diverse, very supportive, and I'll see you guys there. See you in my next video. Bye!